Om Sri Sai Ram, offering my loving pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. This is Prashanth from Chennai. I had the opportunity to study at Swami's college from 2003 to 2010 for 7 years, 3 years in Vrindavan and 4 years in Puttaparthi. And now I've been given an opportunity to talk a few words about experiences with Swami, praying to Swami to guide me, speak through me, and also listen through all the audience. Thank you. So our family had the opportunity to come to Swami way back in 1960s, late 1960s, through our grandfather. My grandfather's name is Sri Natarajan, who retired as a postmaster from the outskirts of Chennai city called Bhagwan. So in the late 1960s, he heard about Swami from some of his colleagues in the office and then decided to go to Parthi. And as fortune would have it, Swami called him for an interview, both my grandfather and my grandmother, and one of my aunts, who was then a small baby. And during the interview, Swami assured him that he would be with him throughout his life, through all the ups and downs, and he shouldn't worry about anything. And he also blessed him to start a bhajana mandali in Guruvancheri. Back then, there was no formal setup of an organization in our area, but Swami blessed him thus. So when he came back, he started a small bhajana mandali along with the help of a few of his friends, and then slowly grew up to be a samiti in Guruvancheri. And as Bhagwan's blessings meant, after a few years, Swami himself paid a visit to that place, probably in the year 1983 or 84. I'm not exactly clear of the date, but it is definitely in one of those 2 years, when he came there and gave a discourse and then blessed all the people there. And during that time as well, he blessed grandfather, saying that he would be with him throughout his life. And Swami has kept up that promise until today. And when I look at it, for example, my mother, she was the first child of my grandfather. My grandfather had 6 children, 4 daughters and 2 sons. She was the first of those 6. And when she came to know of Swami, she was about 13 or 14 years old. And I don't know what inspired her, but she took up the Swami's fold very actively, so much so that by her 19th year or 20th year, she was made the district Balavikas coordinator. Because she had that oratorical skill, she can speak very well, she could speak very well, so she would love to teach Balavikas classes, stories, shlokas, Bhagavad Gita, bhajans to all the kids in the colony. And she did that for close to 4.5 decades, 40 to 45 years when she was Balavika's teacher. And she would deem it as a proud moment when 2 of her children, Balavika's children, bagged the first and the second prizes during the state level Balavika's competition from the Tamil Nadu state. And then Swami called those children and then presented gifts to them when he came to Sundaram in the 80s. And I believe Swami also called her and handed over a sari, appreciating her efforts. So when we were brought up, it was always in this instruction of always think about Swami, serve Swami in whatever way you could, study well, so on and so forth. Father is also from a Swami's family, and their marriage was decided by Swami. So when the proposal came forward, my grandfather took a letter to Swami highlighting that such and such a boy and their family have come forward, can we proceed for the marriage? So what he did was, he made a copy of the same letter 2 times. So one for the gents side, one for the ladies side. So that wherever Swami would go, they will have an opportunity to hand over the letter to him. And in the letter he had mentioned that, Swami, if you are willing and if it is your sankalpa that this proposal has to proceed, then please take this letter. If you don't take the letter, we will take it as disapproval from you. We will assume that, okay, you are not happy with the match and we will not proceed. So Swami came to the gents side and he came to the area where grandfather was sitting, extended his hand and asked him to hand over the letter which he was having, and then blessed him, saying, please proceed with the marriage. And that's how father and mother were brought together. So how it was when we were growing up, mother would always make sure that during our summer vacation especially, that we don't waste time. So our tour and our pilgrimage, our summer vacation, most of the times were spent in Puttaparthi only during those years. And what she would do was, instead of just taking us to Parthi, she would also enroll us in many service opportunities, because May month was the time when Tamil Nadu would get the 15-day service period. So she would enroll my name in the small service opportunity for boys, 8, 9, 10-year-old boys. And then she would pack me off. She would say, now you are on your own for next 15 days in Puttaparthi. I will take care of your younger brother. I will do my own service. You do your own service. So do it sincerely. Swami will give you Padanamskar if you do it sincerely at the end of this 15-day period. But he would also know if you don't do it sincerely, so be very careful. So she would send us with all the warnings. So like me, there were many boys, and what would the Sevadal coordinator do was collect all of us and then hand over duties to us. So we would go early in the morning to the South Indian canteen, and then we would start the day's activity, whatever little seva we could do, 8, 9, 10-year-old boys. So it would start with serving teacups, buttermilk cups, and then snacks, plates, and then arranging all the breakfast plates. You will all know about it, but still I am recollecting this. And then keeping salt, curry, tumbler, ladle, so on and so forth, and then going around throughout the canteen, carrying instructions from one end of the canteen to the other. It was a joyous period for all the boys, though it was difficult because we would go there early in the morning and then only come back in the night. So throughout the day we had to do some kind of service or the other. It was also a very fun period because all of us would do it with lot of enthusiasm. It was a fun period. Also, some kind of discipline was instilled in us because we would not chat about movies, cricket, none of it. We would not just wander around Puttaparthi here and there because service was there. So Swami was kind of instilling discipline in us. Like if you take up an activity, you have to do it properly. So after that 15-day period, because Swami was in Vrindavan, so we all went to Vrindavan as a batch in a bus. And after going to Vrindavan, mother did lot of training to me. So she trained me how to behave in front of Swami. I should not be standing loosely. There should not be any casual behavior. How I should lean, how I should bow my hand, head, everything. And then she told, when Swami would come near you, pray to him for an admission in his school. That should be your prayer. Don't just blabber something. Prepare properly in your mind and then do it. And then she would walk like Swami and then come near me and then ask me how to sit, how to fold my hands. All of this would happen for 2-3 days before the actual Padanamskar day. So the actual Padanamskar day came. It was a morning darshan. So all the Jen Sevadals were sitting in the front and then the boy Sevadal were made to sit at the back so that Swami can come one line at a time and then bless each of the Sevadals there. So when he finished all the elders and then came towards the kids, he was saying, hey, ara ticket like that. Ara ticket in Tamil means half ticket. So he was saying that, oh, you are all half ticket sitting there, so what are you up to? So all the kids were so happy. And Swami spent nice time with each of the kids and then listening to them, patiently standing in front of them, giving Padanamskar to them, taking their letters, so on and so forth. I mean, Swami did not do this. Even if Swami had not done this, I would have still told about that episode now. But still, what I would like to highlight is the importance that Swami gives to each of his devotees. It does not matter whether it is a senior devotee or a small kid or a young kid. It doesn't matter to Swami. What matters to him is the person at that moment. He would give all the attention to that person at that moment when he stands in front of them. So when he came near me, all my mother's training kicked up. So I stood up. I told Swami, please bless me with a seat in your school. So Swami gave a beautiful smile to me. I still remember that beautiful smile in my mind. So he gave a beautiful smile, patted me on my right cheek and then proceeded. He did not say yes or no, but he acknowledged that prayer. So this service opportunity continued the next time and the next time. So totally 3 times I got the opportunity, and every time I tried to ask Swami, please give me an opportunity to study in your school. We don't know Swami's reason, but he did not give me an opportunity to study in his school. But once in my mother's dream, he said that when mother again prayed to him for a chance to study, he said for 7 years. He just told 7 years. We did not understand what it meant, whether he would give me for my 7th class or when I was 7 years old, or whether it will be the total number of years I studied in Swami's school or college. None of it was clear, but Swami just mentioned 7 years. But later, when I finished all the education and when I looked back, I clearly remember now that Swami has exactly made me study there for 7 years, 2003 to 2010, as I told before. So Swami keeps up all of his promises. And life went on like this, and then after I finished my 12th class, I got the opportunity to apply to Swami's college in Vrindavan, and then I studied there. So after going there, it was a very different world, because Swami now becomes like a close friend to you. You can share many things with him through letters, through many opportunities, through drama chances, so on and so forth. Maybe I'll share one or two experiences here. So once Swami clearly told me what he reads from us, from our minds. Nothing escapes him. Even a thought is not away from him. It's all clear to him. So what happened was, this is a very embarrassing incident, but it's okay. It is a good lesson. So maybe it will be a good point to share it here. So it was my third UG. So what happened was, third UG is the time when we finish all our undergraduate courses. So many students would come back to Parthi, meaning they would finish their UG courses in Vrindavan, and then they would come to Parthi for the PG courses. Like BSc students will apply for MSc, BCom students will apply for MBA, so on and so forth. But some boys would like to go out, and they might have wanted to study in other colleges, so they may apply. So during the third UG vacation time, usually these passing out students, that is the students who are going to move to other campuses, be it Parthi or other colleges, so they would be given some chances, because that's going to be the final period for them. So on that particular day, around 10 or 12 of our batch was there in Trayi Vrindavan, which is like the inner compound of the Vrindavan Darshan area. And we were all told to stand with prasadam basins, and Swami would be wheeled out of the Trayi building anytime, and we should show the basins to him, and then he would bless, and then we would go and distribute to the devotees. But not all 10 boys could be sent to Swami. So 2 of us were selected. I was one of them, and there was another boy and both of us were made to stand in the front, and we were waiting for Swami. So as we were waiting for Swami, this was a thought that ran in my mind. So I thought, Swami, today I am getting an opportunity to come to you with my prasadam basin. But Swami, this boy next to me is so good looking. That boy would be good looking. So I thought, Swami, you wouldn't talk to me. You would only talk to that boy, because his face is so bright, so on and so forth. It's just a monkey mind, as Swami says. Mind is just a mad monkey. So all these thoughts were running. But that's all. It was just a thought. It went away. And there were bhajans for almost an hour. After that, Swami came on the wheelchair. And then as he was coming near us, this boy who was next to me, he first went and showed the prasadam basin. Then Swami blessed him. Swami blessed the prasadam. Swami blessed him. And then it was my chance to show the prasadam basin to him. I went near. Swami just ignored me and went away. And then he moved away and then called another boy who was not even in the prasadam group. He called that boy and then told him, how are you? Where is your prasadam? So on and so forth. And then he moved to the main darshan area. So here I came for prasadam basin, for prasadam blessing with the basin, and Swami did not even acknowledge me. And in my mind, I thought, Swami, I told you that you would only talk to this boy and you wouldn't talk to me. And that's what happened. And I had also thought one more thing. I thought, if instead of coming with this boy, if I had come with the other boy whom Swami had spoken to later on, who was not even in the prasadam group, Swami called him and spoke to him, right? So I thought, if I had come with that boy, Swami, then he would have spoken to me. These were exactly the thoughts in my mind, and Swami just reflected it. And then Swami went off to the mandir, and we were all standing behind, waiting for some further instructions. And then as the bhajans were going on, I was thinking about it, and then suddenly I felt so stupid about myself. I felt, Swami, what have I done? Like, you are like a mother to all of us. Why will you see whether a boy is looking good, fair, ugly? Why will it matter to a mother? For a mother, it is just the child that matters. It doesn't matter the looks of the child. None of it matters. And I felt really sorry why I thought about, why such a thought occurred in my mind. I mentally prayed to Swami, Swami, I'm very, very sorry. I should have realized it long back. I don't know why my monkey mind thought like this. Please pardon me. That's all. It was just a mental prayer. And then the morning session ended. Evening session came. We were all called for Trayi. That is Trayi session. Trayi session is where all the students would be called inside the Trayi Vrindavan building. Swami would be sitting on a jhula, and then he would spend half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Whatever Swami decided, that would be the time Swami would spend with the students alone, and maybe some senior devotees and teachers. And then the topic of discussion can be anything. It may be the highest Vedanta, or it may be the breakfast in the hostel, alasandalu curry, peanut chutney, anything it can be, whatever Swami wanted. So it would be like a friend-to-friend discussion. So during the Trayi session, as Swami was finishing the session and going back to his room, Suddenly he called me out of nowhere. I was having a letter in my hand. Suddenly he called me out of nowhere. And then he tried to speak to me something I couldn't understand. But fortunately the boy who was next to me, later on he told me, Prashanth, didn't you understand what Swami told? I told, no brother, I didn't understand. There were bhajans going on, Swami was talking so softly, so nothing was clear. He was asking you whether you came in the morning. I was wondering what Swami meant when he told when he came in the morning, and then all of this even struck my mind. How I thought like this in the morning, and then how Swami ignored me, and then how I told a mental prayer to Swami, pardon me, and then Swami acknowledged that prayer by asking, did you come in the morning? So if we look at this whole episode, it was all just thoughts. I just thought about the boy, Swami ignored me, and then I just thought, sorry Swami, and then Swami acknowledged it by asking in the evening, did you come? So Swami clearly proved that he is not just that form. He is inside us, and then he is thinking about he is witness to all the thoughts in our mind. So he proved beyond doubt that he is the Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutan, means he is the eternal witness. Relating to this, I'll narrate one more incident. So I would play Kanjira for bhajans when I was studying there. So one day what happened, it was my chance to play. Because there were other boys also, we would take chance to play. We would decide beforehand who should play on which day. So what happened was, the previous night Swami gave a beautiful dream. He just came in my dream and then he blessed me. He materialized vibhuti and then applied it on my eyes because I was having some eye problem. So this happened in the previous night in my dream, and the next evening after our college classes was my bhajan Kanjira session. So as I finished playing for one bhajan and then handed over the Kanjira to the other boy sitting next to me, this dream which occurred the previous night, I started reliving it in my mind. I felt happy that Swami gave a dream. And I smiled to myself, and Swami was sitting in the Kulwant Hall stage, and then I thought about the dream and I looked at Swami and then I smiled at him. But Swami was not looking at me. Swami was looking at the primary school boss who had come there. I think it was a Thursday. So they had come there for the evening darshan, and there were also many lady devotees. So he was looking at them and then he was enjoying the bhajan session, and then he was smiling, and then his attention was that side. But as soon as I thought about this dream, I was sitting the gent side on Swami's right. So as I thought about this dream and then I looked at Swami and smiled, Swami who was sitting there and looking at his left suddenly turned and looked at me and gave a beautiful smile. Now Swami had this unique ability. If he sees 100 people and if he wants to talk to you, he will make sure that he is talking to you. If he wants to look at you, he will ensure that you know that he is looking at you. We don't know how he does that. There are 100 other people around us, but he will make sure that he has looked at you, he has gestured to you. Swami had that unique ability to connect. Similarly, on this day, he looked at me and then he gave a beautiful smile as if to say, yes, it was me who gave the dream. Your dream, when Swami is there in the dream, is as real as this world. So there is no distinction between what happened there and what is here. So Swami is the witness, whether it is in this world or in the dream world. So always be careful of what you are doing. So these are some beautiful experiences which Swami gave. I just pray to Swami that we live up to what he expects from us, and then he gives us the strength of will, strength of character to stick to his teachings and instructions, so that we can make people around us happy and in turn Swami happy. Jai Sai Ram, and thank you for this opportunity.